Happy rainy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is currently pouring outside. The perfect setting for a game that I am convinced is not going to go very well. Today, we are taking a look at The Hunt of the Fantaria, a very creative villain created by Flat on His Face way back in the way back. And like all very old villains, it's tuned real high. But we're going to give it a shot. Fighting it will be the Phantom Thieves, specifically Fox and Morgana. The Fair Knight, a new promo of Fnatic that I created called Adventure Fnatic. This is based off of her appearance in One Deck Dungeon Digital. And Drift 2199 1929. This was probably not a good game to try testing out whether Drift and Knight have any synergies. And they'll be fighting in the Everfree Forest, which is, kind of a fitting place to go on a hunt. So yeah, Hunt of the Fantaria. This is a villain where the villain cards are not what you're trying to fight. You've got a unicorn herd, and you've got a phoenix. And can I just say that the art for this deck is fantastic. I'm sure it was just plucked off of DeviantArt, but everything looks really great. But you're not trying to defeat these. Instead, you're trying to defeat the various villain targets that come out, the hunters, before they can take out both of those mythical creatures. So at the start of the game, Unicorn and Phoenix enter play, we get H-1 hunters. Alright, so we've got two Thaumaturgists. This card is immune to infernal and radiant damage. At the end of the villain turn, each villain humanoid target regains 2 HP. The star on this card is H times 3-1. Guys, please don't do this. That's a left. And we've got a Hunting Dog, which is a beast. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the 2 hero targets the highest HP, 3 melee damage each. Reduce damage dealt by targets that take damage this way by 1 until the start of the next villain turn. Increase damage dealt by this card by 1 for each other Hunting Dog in play. Oh, really? Come on. That is too much damage. So the Unicorn says, at the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the villain deck. When this card is reduced to 0 or fewer HP or is otherwise destroyed, flip this card. When the villain deck is empty, do not restock it. At the end of the villain turn, if the villain deck is empty and no hunters are in play, the heroes win. So if we had top deck discard effects, that would be really useful. The Phoenix says at the start of the villain turn, if at least H+2 hunters are in play, this card deals each target other than itself 3 fire damage. So this will explode in flames and try and help you out if things get too bad, while, also hurting you. When this card will be dealt fire damage, it regains that many HP instead. When this card is reduced to 0 or fewer HP or is otherwise destroyed, flip this card. And I'll just tell you right now, if both of them are flipped, we lose. The Phoenix can come back, the Unicorns cannot. So I think that's all we need to know. Let's get going. Got a Poacher, which is another type of hunter. Read them in a second. Play the top card at the end of the villain turn. Resupply. At the end of the villain turn, shuffle the villain trash. Reveal H+1 cards from it. Replace all revealed traps on top of the villain deck and discard the rest. Start of the villain turn, shuffle this card into the villain deck. So if we have to leave this out, we can. It'd be better if we could get rid of it. I don't think we'll be able to do that, though. Alright, so the Thaumaturgists heal everybody for 2. That's fine. The Hunting Dogs go after Phantom Thieves and Fnatic. The Poacher, at the end of the villain turn, this card deals the Fantarium target with the highest HP H+1 projectile damage. So they hit the Unicorns for 5. Poachers need to be dealt with immediately. Alright, let's play our entire hand. The Magician. If Morgana is on his Zoro side, play the top card of the environment deck, then destroy an environment card. Otherwise, flip him to his Zoro side. Either way, play a non-Morgana card. We will play Friends and Confidants. You may use the power in each of your thieves this turn. Draw or discard a card. If you discarded a card, you may play a card. We will discard a card and play Aesthetic Insight. Each player looks at the top card of their deck. They may replace or discard it. You may flip Fox. I'm discarding this without looking at it. You'll find out why in a minute. Alright, I can use 2 powers. Alright, so Morgana's power is Dramatic Flare. Draw a card. 2 other players each draw a card. I will do that. I guess we'll have Knight and Fnatic draw. Fox's power is Perfect Strike. The Phantom Thieves deal a target 2 melee damage. If the top card of your deck is a Fox card, increases damage by 2. Well, I drew first. I shouldn't have done that, but it's still a Fox card, so hit the Poachers for 3, draw a card. Let's play Maiden's Blessing, because I don't need to heal right now. I will use it to, I guess I'll play Stalwart Shield and draw 2 cards. Alright, Fnatic's kind of got nothing to do. I'll play Undaunted, because 5 damage will be happening in this game. Their power is Divine Balance. Until the end of your next turn, when Fnatic takes damage, add a token to your Divine Pool. When Fnatic would deal damage, you may remove a token from your Divine Pool to increase the damage by 1. And the way this is supposed to work is you activate it at the start of the game, and that second part about being able to remove tokens is always active. Alright, Drift. I had thoughts about what to do here. We are going to Dance with the Dragons and deal up to 3 targets 2 radiant damage each. The poachers and the dog, and there's no sense in hitting the thaumaturgist because they'll just heal it off. So we'll shift left. I'm going to take and swap the cards out. So we'll use Omen, reveal the top 2 cards of a hero deck, replace or discard each of them in any order, shift left. Let's look at the Phantom Thieves. Draw a card. Okay, Everfree Forest. Flora Everfree. Each environment target regains 2 HP. Hey, we can discard the top card of each deck. Let's see. Start of the villain turn, shuffle this card into the villain deck. We had no ongoing destruction. And they play Master of the Hunt. Okay, she needs to go. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 1, increase damage dealt by poachers by 1, so they're dealing 6 now instead of 5. At the start of the villain turn, shuffle the villain trash, reveal cards from it until a hunter is revealed, shuffle it into the villain deck, and discard the rest. So she keeps you from winning the game. Alright, the thaumaturgists, oh, they don't heal the dog, they do heal the poachers. The dogs go after Phantom Thieves and the Fair Knight. Poachers hit the unicorns, and that's it. We will play Winter's Grace. The top card of your deck is a Fox card. The Phantom Thieves deal up to 3 targets 2 cold damage each. It does not. So Fox deals a target 2 cold damage. Either way, draw a card. We'll ping the poachers for 1. Draw this card. Then we'll go ahead and use Fox's power because the top card's a Fox card now. 3 damage comes 2 to the Master of the Hunt. Draw a card. Alright, the Fair Knight is definitely playing that short sword. And we will use it to do 2 damage and take out the hunting dog. Draw a card. Alright, Fanatic didn't take any damage. Fanatic is going to Brutal Censure the Master of the Hunt, I guess. Draw a card. Activate her power. Draw another card. Let's Drift Step. Shift right, which means she deals a target 1 radiant damage. Draw a card, play a card. Drift Step again. Deal a target 1 radiant damage. Draw a card, play a card. I'm going to play Out of Sync, and then I'm going to swap characters, and we'll use Uncertain Future, which lets me play an ongoing card. Start of my turn, return it to my hand. Draw a card. Alright, start of the environment turn, we will discard the top card of each deck. Deal the hero target the highest HP toxic damage equal to the number of 1-shots discarded this way, then destroy this card. Oh, that discards the Scout. Good. Increases damage dealt to heroes by 1. So we hit the highest for 2. That's Fanatic. She finally gets a token. And destroy that card. Everfree Forest plays the Ghostly. That's not good. Players cannot draw cards. At the end of a player's turn, if no hero targets dealt damage that turn, this card deals itself 2 sonic damage. Okay, so start of the villain turn, we shuffle a hunter, and it's the scout, back into the villain deck. And we get another hunting dog. End of turn, the scout comes out. That's great. So we take 1 extra damage, which, you know, is exactly what we needed. Let's see, Thaumaturgist heals the poacher and the Master of the Hunt back to full. This is awful. Poacher deals 6 projectile damage to the Phoenix. The hunting dog is going after the Phantom Thieves and the Knight. At the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the environment deck because... oh, it's the Hydra. Oh, fantastic. I'm just hoisting by my own petard here. Okay, top card of my deck is a Fox card. Let's play Sharpened Soul. Damage dealt by Phantom Thieves is irreducible. When damage dealt by the Phantom Thieves lowers a target to 3 or fewer HP, you may destroy this card to destroy that target. So we're going to do 4 irreducible melee damage to something. Let's hit the Master of the Hunt. That's probably a bad choice. Can't draw cards. Let's do Heavy Swing. 3 melee damage becomes 2 to the Master of the Hunt. And then Short Sword the Hunting Dog. Don't draw a card. Fanatic could deal a grand total of 5 damage with Wrathful Retribution. Alright, this is kind of a bad idea. Holy Nova. This hits the Unicorn and the Phoenix. It doesn't hit the Thaumaturgists. I'm going to spend my token to take out the hunting dogs. And everybody heals 1. And we activate her power and we draw no cards. Alright, that goes back in my hand. I'm going to swap character cards so I can play Dance of the Dragons. Drift deals up to 3 targets, 2 radiant damage each. And I'm orange, so increase that to 3. Hit the Master of the Hunt, hit the Poacher, hit the Scout. And I shift left. Let's reveal the top 2 cards of her deck, I guess. And then draw no cards. Alright, the Hydra deals the 4 targets the highest HP, 3 melee damage each. That is the Unicorn, Fanatic, who gets a token, the Knight, and the Phantom Thieves. Oh yeah, and all that was increased by 1. Oof. Everfree plays Poison Joke. Each player must discard a card or their hero takes 2 toxic damage. Each hero's innate power is replaced by that of the hero directly before them in turn order. Oh, that would be fun. Okay, Fanatic's going to take the toxic damage so she can get another token. This is not going very well. Shuffle the trash. Oh, yeah, it's a hunting dog. That goes back in the deck. Alright, they play Pit, 1-shot, Trap. The hero with the most cards in play cannot deal damage until the start of the next villain turn. That is the Knight. This card deals that hero H melee damage. I don't know what that means. Play the top card of the villain deck. Net. The player with the least cards in play must discard H cards. That's either Drift or the Phantom Thieves, it's gonna have to be the Thieves. Player's hero cannot use powers until the start of the next turn. Play the top card of the villain deck. This is where it's all gonna go wrong. Marksman. End of turn, we play the top card. Hunting Dog. Okay. Really wish these didn't reduce the damage I deal, because that sucks a lot. Alright, the Thaumaturgist heal everybody for 4. The Poacher goes after the Unicorns. Play the top card of the environment deck. This card enters play, deal each target 2 lightning damage. Yeah, they're all immune. We're all taking 1 extra damage, and they're all immune. Hunting Dog goes after Fanatic and Phantom Thieves. So I have 1 character who can't do anything, 1 who can't deal damage, and 1 who's dealing 1 less damage. This is not going to go well. Yeah, because the Phantom Thieves skip their turn, they can't even draw cards. This hits itself for 2. I'm going to do Plate Mail. I'm going to use your base power to heal. Draw no cards. Fanatic has nothing to do. Oh yeah, this hits itself for 2. Okay, Fanatic has something to do now. I'm going to play Smite the Transgressor, hit the Ghostly for 1. We can draw cards now. Use her power, draw a card. Alright, Drift is going to use Borrowed Time. I will shift right twice, which deals that many targets 3 radiant damage each. I'm orange, so that's 4. Take out the Hunting Dog, the Master of the Hunt. Swap things out. And I guess I will play this Saber Shard with her power and draw a card. Alright, 4 highest take 3 each. That is the Phoenix, the Knight. This is still increased by 1. The Unicorns, actually no, Drift, and the Hydra itself. Shuffle the trash into the deck. And we get Zakor's Hut. Hey, well, that'll get rid of Poison Joke. I don't think we're going to win this. Alright, there are H+2 hunters in play, so the Phoenix goes off. We all take 4. Shuffle the trash. Hunting Dog goes back in the deck. And we play the Hunting Dog. Fine. Play another card. Sabotaged Gear. Destroy H equipment cards. Oh, there goes the Knight's setup. This card deals each hero 2 melee damage for each of that hero's cards destroyed this way. Oh, okay, so she dies. All the hunters heal 4. Poachers hit the Phoenix for 6. Play the top card of the environment deck. Manticore. Marksman. You know, I don't even think I've been doing the Marksman. He hits the highest for H+1 projectile damage, so that's 6 to... I'm going to swap Drift out. And then the Hunting Dog kills Fanatic and the Phantom Thieves. Yeah, this game is over. Okay, so Phantom Thieves have select a player. Next damage they deal is irreducible and increased by 2. Well, that's impossible. Players don't deal damage. Or move an environment card to the bottom of the environment deck. Hey, let's do that. One player may play a card, one player may draw a card. Reduce damage dealt by environment cards to hero targets by 2. Let's draw a card. Increase the next damage dealt by a hero by 1. One hero regains 2 HP. Reveal the top card of a deck. If it's not a target, you may discard it, otherwise replace it. That's tempting, but we're not getting through the villain deck with anything like speed, so we'll just heal her too. Okay, let's go ahead and past focus, because why not? I will use Saber Shard. Drift deals a target 3 radiant damage. Shift left. Hit the Master of the Hunt. Doesn't really matter. Draw a card. Saber Shard goes back in my hand. Yeah, this really sucks. Oh, yeah, the Phoenix is gonna go off here. And then we shuffle the trash, put a Hunting Dog back in, play Hired Muscle, which is a monster. So this deck actually has synergy with the Everfree Forest. Start of each hero turn, that player may discard a card. If a card was not discarded during the hero turn, redirect all damage dealt to hunters to the Hired Muscle with the highest HP. When a non-monster target deals damage to this card deals at 2 melee damage. Reduce damage of 5 or more dealt to this card by 1. Stars H times 4. Jeez. 16 hit points. End of turn. Play a card. It's the Marksman. Step in time. Yes, the Thaumaturgist heal everybody. I'm not going to bother. That takes out the Phoenix. It says non-Fantaria cards ignore this card except when dealing fire damage. This card will be dealt fire damage and extended regains that many HP. When this card has H times 2 or more HP, it flips back. So you could heal it if you could deal fire damage, which we can't, so we're done for. Play the top card of the environment deck. The Ghostly comes back. Marksman takes out the Unicorn. So just so you can see the last of the herd. End of the villain turn, reveal cards in the bottom of the villain trash until the trap is revealed, put it into play, discard the other revealed cards. When the villain deck is empty, etc. If the Phoenix is not in play, the heroes lose. So I actually didn't die because everybody got killed somehow, although Marksman was going to have the Master of the Hunt deal the hero target the lowest HP 2 energy damage, so that would have taken out Drift. So yeah, the mythical creatures are dead and all the magic has gone out of the world, and the big problem with this villain is that you need area damage, but if you rely on area damage and it's not fire, you will lose the game. You need to be able to hit multiple targets without hitting all of them necessarily. And the targets deal too much damage. Like, the poachers dealing +1 is honestly fine. Everything else, there should be no H+1s in there. Not when they can have their damage increased. So, yeah, probably not going to see this villain again. But we can all, marvel at the awesome art and how, in theory, this is actually a neat idea, a villain where you're trying to essentially help the villain character cards and just take out the regular targets, but also having to go through the whole deck is a chore. So yeah, you need to come at this with multi-target, non-area damage, and lots of ways to discard the top card of a deck. Otherwise, you're going to die. So, that's it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Tabletop Simulator, the Reaver Sentinels Cauldron DLC, Delphage's Archives, and Walker's Workbench are not licensed or anything against products. Please support the official release and flip this one so hard.